We now welcome in former Nets assistant GM and ESPN capologist Bobby Marks as we start a new segment, and we're calling it Bobby's Money Moves. First, let's start with the Nets. They have the opportunity this summer to extend their big three, and they've already signed KD to a 4-year, $198 million contract extension, but Kyrie and James Harden have not as of yet, but both are in position to sign 9-figure extensions if they choose so. We know that's what the Nets want. Bobby, what are the future cap implications for the Nets if all their big three end up with these extensions that could surpass $500 million?
Yeah, you're right, Malika. $540 million when you total up the 3 extensions. We've already seen Kevin Durant come off the board here. Expected James Harden, $161 million. Kyrie Irving, $180 million plus. And I think the priority now is that it's developing, right? We saw Cam Thomas in Summer League, co-MVP. It's to get it right when it comes to the draft as far as what Brooklyn has left with their draft picks. Players coming in at the inexpensive contracts, Patty Mills for $5.9 million, James Johnson at the veteran minimum. So it's basically about the fringe moves. Bruce Brown at $4.7 million. So you will have the big three locked up, but it's a matter of your bench as far as from a developmental standpoint. And if Cam Thomas plays like what he did in Summer League, Brooklyn's got a good player there.
Well, and General Manager Sean Marks has used the term "we're married to the luxury tax." They know what they're getting into, and he also said that he sort of expects that by the time training camp starts, all 3 of those guys are hoping that they will have signed their extensions, agreed to their extensions by then. But Bobby, you have an article looking forward to the 2022, already looking forward to the 2022 offseason coming out on ESPN.com. How do you expect teams to treat in-season moves in 2022 with a free agency class that could be like a little bit limited?
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen all these extensions. We saw Terry Rozier today, Marcus Smart, Julius Randle. I'm expecting more extensions to come off the board. Certainly the restricted free agents, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges. And here's a stat for you, Malika. There is 191 projected free agents for next year. Yeah. 31 are starter or above criteria. So it is the summer of the rotational players. Wow. It's also the summer of Zach LaVine. And he is basically the only marquee free agent that he's going on, who's going to be available. And there's really only 4 teams that have cap space. So it's going to be a chilly offseason next year, and I'm expecting to see more players locked up during this offseason. And I'm expecting to see more trades also.
Well, Nick Friedel got a big smile on his face when you said that it is the summer of Zach LaVine. And speaking of Nick Friedel, in Golden State, Steph Curry signed his $215 million extension this month, and he's one of 4 Warriors making over $20 million next season, including Klay, Draymond, and Andrew Wiggins. So, Bobby, the Warriors are among the Reaper tax group subject to harsher penalties. How would you assess their current cap situation?
Expensive. They're going to set the record this year. $184 million luxury tax payment. When you look at their salaries, $177 million there. We could be heading towards $400 million if they use that $59 million tax mid-level exception. And here's another team. As great as Steph Curry is, and hopefully we get Klay Thompson, how this team goes is basically going to be based on your youth. Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Jordan Poole, James Wiseman, your 4 former first-round picks here. And you've got to hit those fringe moves here as far as Otto Porter, Andre Iguodala, players like that. But they are another team that's married to the luxury tax. They're a repeater tax team. They're going to be in the same situation next year also. So you better hope these young players here develop.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.